Hey, it's Phoenix Genesis. So I want to show you what was in my pack yesterday for our 11-mile trip on the LA Aqueduct in February of 2023. So tried and true REI Flash 22 held everything I needed. There's two things I don't have in this video. I had a water bottle right here. In addition to that, I had a small container of can of apple juice that I drank in the car ride, and I threw that out. And this water was fine. I only had like 3 sips of water the whole way, and then I drank water when I got home, but learned how to be very efficient without water. Diving in here, I had a plastic bag to keep everything dry in case it rained. I brought my rain poncho, did not need it, but and even though it said it wasn't going to rain, I always rather would have it than not have it. And guess what? On the way home when we were driving, it was drizzling. So again, it's so light. It also, you can use it as a ground sheet if you just want to lay down. You got injured, you need to lay down, you're exhausted, you need to have a nap. Extra wind protection. It was worth it. Toilet paper. So that was my water and wind protection. I had my house and car keys, which I don't have pictured in here, and I put that, I had it in 2 bags so it wouldn't rip my backpack, and I had just like, I think $5 or $10. I didn't take much money, didn't need it. I had my iPhone 7, and I had the, again, the Nike, the black Nike backpack, fanny pack, the phone goes in, which I don't have featured. You've seen it before, and that was all I needed. That was perfect to get the phone on and off, and to take videos, and to put my gloves in. I'm so glad I took these light gloves. I bought these for like $1.60 at the dollar store. Even with these things on, I'd probably take my possum down gloves in the future, in the winter, because my fingers were still cold even with these gloves on. So just a word of warning for cheap gloves, my hands were still cold. My boyfriend had no gloves and his hands were warm. I had an extra pair of socks just in case I got really dirty out in the desert, because I knew it was going to be dirty and windy, and I'd have something warm and dry to put on in the car and clean. I ended up not using them at all, but I could also put them on my hands and use them as mittens, or given them to my boyfriend to use as mittens. So it was worth carrying. Again, I'm trying to have a little extra weight to simulate the weight of having a pad and having a quilt, so it's okay to have a little bit of extra weight. Here was my ditty kit: more toilet paper, dental floss pick, some hand sanitizer. There wasn't much in there. A toothbrush. We did eat some burritos, but we ate them at home, so I didn't actually need the toothbrush and the dental floss pick, but if we stop to eat, that is important to have. And then the Burt's Beeswax with some duct tape. So again, as I discussed in one of the videos I had up, this is like a little med kit right here. That's all I needed. That was actually from the car. That was inside the car. I just shoved in the pack to throw it out. P-rag, which I was fine. I used toilet paper instead and packed it out and threw it away already. But yeah, extra bandana. P-rag. This was an extra little case to put the gloves and the socks and the P-rag in, so I wouldn't lose it. Again, I wouldn't carry all this extra little weight on a through hike, but since I wanted to have a little extra weight, everything I carried as far as clothing went into this little bag for kind of just to keep it together, and water protection. And also because you really can't close the top of this. It's so hard to open the REI Flash backpack that I just don't want things to fall out, so that's why I have that. And that's so light anyway. The leggings, which I do not use to hike in, but they were for the car, and it was worth it because I was so cold once we stopped hiking and we got in the car from the wind chill. So those were a lifesaver to keep my legs warm. Also, I had bought these at the dollar store and cut them up. They look all Flintstone out the way I cut them, but this was if I wanted to be really warm in the car, I could take the shorts off, put these on, and they go past my knees, these little leggings, and these little tights I cut and actually threw the legging part in the trash. And then I add the leggings to this, and I'm completely covered. There's a little gap right here when I put the leggings on with these shorts. So never used those, by the way, but I'm glad I had them. This is my little Nike toddler baseball hat I bought at Marshall's this week for $10, and yeah, toddler fit. And this fits my head nicely. It's so light compared to my other Nike one, shaves off grams, and doesn't block my vision like a lot of other ball caps. And if I needed to clip my Rovivon flashlight to it, I could have, but I used the flashlight in my hand. So yes, that I used, and also in the late afternoon when the sun was in my eyes, that was worth it. And yes, I had the also I had the beanie on. You know, that was a different, sorry, I had this beanie on. I'm wearing that one now. I had this beanie, and that was absolutely worth it. Soft, warm. I had my buff that I just bought for $5 at Dick's Sporting Goods. Absolutely warm, worth its weight in gold. Put my hat back on. Hold on. Give me 1 second here. Keep my head warm. So yes, buff. Yes, buff was great because you would put it underneath the baseball hat, and it would keep my ears nice and warm. Again, I just bought another one of these at the dollar store for $1.60. Yes, the Cat and Jack fleece super long buff. This was absolutely perfect. It was colorful in the photos, and it kept me really warm, and like it's a good nap pillow. So that was great. Now, instead of bringing a down jacket, I brought my lightweight thermal, yes, with the rattlesnake, never surrender. They got Walmart. And I only wore this, I didn't wear this hiking, I wore it in the car. I put all the three on, and I was nice and warm for the car ride home. Just warm enough, let's say that. But this is my little sun hoodie. It used to be red, then it went to pink, now it went to like nothing. But that's why I love it, because I don't overheat, but it blocks the wind, and it just is just enough to keep me warm. And then of course my Mountain Hardwear Ghost Whisperer light wind jacket, which is oversized for a reason, so I can layer everything up and still have like a pocket of air to trap for warmth. And the three of those together were just perfect. So sometimes I had just this on yesterday, sometimes I just had a t-shirt on. This was wrapped around my neck to give my neck like a scarf for extra warmth. Sometimes I just had the wind jacket on. Like I said, I layered all three, and my gloves, and this in the car ride home with this and this. So this is 46 degrees, and with the leggings, so all that to keep warm. And then last but not least, I had the Rovivon flashlight with, I added the lanyard to it, and I had the little, I got this out of a hiker box at Lake Morena, I think back in 2016. It was a Tokes, I think. I cut the tagging off it to save weight, like I do with everything. And that's also my eyeglass case too, to put my eyeglasses in, and I can hang them up where they don't get broken. Cleaning cloth for the eyeglasses and my phone, and my little Swiss Army knife. And again, this is cool because the Rovivon is magnetic, so those two things can stay together, and they're not hitting each other. They're kind of connected to each other, which I like. They're not bouncing around, wearing each other out. But the lanyards are critical. I know it adds extra weight, but sometimes, again, it's not about being as light as possible. It's about being light and efficient. And by having this on here, since I didn't have a baseball hat, I could not clip this to me, but I needed my hands free at several points to do things, like to get my phone out, so I could put this lanyard around my neck. I still had enough light to see my fanny pack to get my phone out and do things, tie my shoes, and have my hands completely free while I was having the beanie and the hoodie on to stay warm and still be able to not lose this thing. Again, something so small like this, and even the knife, even though it's red, they're so easy to lose. Believe me, I've lost a lot of things on the trail, and I find them. I usually find everything. Might have lost a few things. Yeah, my Star Wars blanket. We won't talk about that up at Hauser, but a few years ago. But everything else, I just couldn't go back up there to get it. I'm sorry, I couldn't go another mile to get it. But anyway, otherwise I don't lose things. And you know, having these red lanyards are critical to me because I only have one of each, and they're essential items. I mean, this has scissors on it, and it has a knife, and it has nail file, and toothpick and tweezers and things I absolutely need, and I cannot lose these. And I lost knife years ago fighting off a pack of wild dogs, doing a night hike from the terminus with Jake when he was little. So anyway, I cannot lose these things, and the lanyards are critical for me. I don't care about the weight. I care about being able to have the essentials that I need while I'm on the trail. So anyway, that's it. I hope that inspires you for going out on the trail. It's Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's, everybody. And I'm just kicking it today. Take it easy. We'll see how many miles I do today. Today's like just kind of a relaxation day. 11 was very good for me, carrying a pack, hiking on the trail. So I feel very good. Slept like a log last night. Anyway, bye-bye.